Hello everyone, this is RalorWolf once again. Now today we're starting off in the tracking station, primarily because during my off-camera time I went ahead and put 3 more of my craft up into orbits. Basically this will save time. It takes a lot of time to get these up into the air because of the lag. I've turned my visual settings back up, so I should definitely be able to see my shadow. And I think we are ready to do our next mission. Now, this time I've been debating on whether or not to go out to Duna and visit the moon Ike around Duna, or to go ahead and finally rescue Bill and Bob off of the moon's surface. I really want to get more science, which I could get by going out to Duna, but I really don't like my astronauts being stranded out there, and now that I've got a pretty decent, reliable craft, I think we should just go ahead and rescue these guys, make it a quick video. I'm going to fast forward through most of the getting to the orbit around the moon, and then I'll come back in when it's time for the landing. So I just need to pick one of my craft. This one seems like it's pretty much already in alignment for a trip out to the moon, so I'll go ahead and pick it. Now again, hopefully we don't strand another guy out there with them, but this should definitely work. Jebediah, I think, is back in the station. His magical teleportation has finally finished. Let's see. Okay, so I've got control of this ship. Looks like our rescuer will be Obni, I believe, is who this one was. Okay, add maneuver. I'm on the dark side of the planet, so it might be a little hard to see some of this stuff. So yeah, this ship I got into orbit a little bit better than in the last video. I still have 5 rockets left, which is normally what I can get at this stage. I didn't adjust the actual setup of the ship at all. Also during my trip I'm going ahead and doing some science. The other reason for the delay on the Duna trip is I want some more science. Basically, I want to be able to unlock a couple other things before I go out there. What I'm really interested in getting is docking ports. I want to be able to do a multi-stage vehicle where I can actually go out and orbit Duna, drop off a landing vehicle, maybe even land on Ike as well as Duna. And another good tactic I like to use when landing in planets with atmospheres is to bring a lander with parachutes, because they'll definitely help your descent and line you up vertically for the landing. So that's what I want to do in Duna, but then I still have to be able to get back off the planet and somehow still have parachutes left for my landing at Kerbin. So the most efficient way to do that would be to have a craft that you can undock, do the landing, and then when you go back up in the atmosphere, you can, or when you go back up into orbit, you can rejoin with your craft, kind of like a Apollo-style mission, and then come back in for the final landing at Kerbin. But yeah, so that Apollo-style lander craft would probably be my best option. That way I can go ahead and have a small craft. I could probably even use the same one with the parachutes on it to land at Ike. It's got a pretty low gravity. And then take back off with that, rejoin with my bigger ship, get into a better orbit around Duna, and then separate the craft, land there with the parachutes. Hopefully I'll have enough gas for all of that. If not, I might have to redevise it a little bit. But anyway, I would need docking ports for all that, and I haven't unlocked those yet. So hopefully I can get those unlocked in this episode. I don't know if I'll be able to get enough science, though, because I've already pretty much drained the moon of all the science I can get from it. But the biggest thing is just rescuing these astronauts. Also, during my trip, I went ahead and realigned my ship towards the sun so I can recharge my batteries. Basically, that's just so I can get more science done on the way out there. Oh, and I think I did make one addition to my ship, and that was to add the new scientific instrument we got, the barometric pressure reader, I believe. I think that's on here somewhere. Alright. I'm now in a lunar orbit. It's not completely circular. I guess I should circularize it a little bit. Just even out the time variable. Actually, I could go ahead and bring my orbit in as well. That's what I might do. Gonna go ahead and line up somewhat with where I need to go. Alright, so I'll speed it up again while I synchronize, or I get my orbit a little more where I like it. Basically, it should make my landing a little bit better if I'm closer into the surface. That should be good. Alright. So I'm going to get at a decent spot right now. I can't remember. Yeah, this is going into the sun, so it should be lit by the time we get there if we go ahead and land soon. First, I want to make sure my orbital incline gets adjusted to get there. And then slow it down. Okay, I can line that up a little better. Oh, and I need to remember I need to overshoot it slightly. That should be good. Now I also have a lot of gas left. But I'm not going to be as confident landing on the moon on these gas tanks like I did on Minmus. It's definitely possible, but I'm going to go ahead and use the lander itself. See, this is where docking ports would be really helpful, because I could undock this section, just this fuel and engines just sitting out here in the middle of space, and then go land, come back up, and reattach and have all this gas left. But as it stands, I'm going to leave these in orbit. Actually, well, that's what I should do, is leave them in orbit. And then a future trip coming up here may be able to recover some of that gas. But I'm going to go ahead and use the tanks to get into my trajectory and slow me down a bunch, and then just drop the tanks. The one bad part about that is if I wait too long, I could end up dropping the tanks on my rescue ship, on my guys that I'm trying to save. That would not be good. Let's see. Almost to the node. I don't even have to do much time speeding. Okay, that should be good. Get rid of the maneuver node. Yeah, that actually looks really good. I can do most of the final adjustments from there. Trying to think about how to go about this. Because now that I'm lined up just fine, I don't know, this is going to be risky, but I'm going to try something. I'm going to try... Oh, wait, no, it wouldn't save the gas anyway. Okay, that plan wouldn't have worked. What I was going to say was I could throttle up a little bit and then separate so these tanks are still running. And then, as long as they don't smash my ship when I maneuver my ship out from behind them or out from in front of them, they would sit there and kind of regain their own orbit because they're still firing. Well, I'd point them in the right direction so they would increase their orbit. But the fact is, they would run out of gas and they would get an orbit around the moon. But that's the whole problem. They would be out of gas. There'd be no need in recovering them later. So there's no point in doing that maneuver, but it would be kind of cool. Let's see. Okay, so what to do here? All right, so I will just drop them off. Yeah, I'll go ahead and take them closer to the planet with me. Since if I decoupled them now, they would land on the moon's surface where I'm landing anyway. Might as well take them and just use them as much as I can near the bottom, slow my speed down. Okay, I'm thinking right when I'm about over this, I'm going to try and kill all my horizontal velocity. Right here, I'll slow time down so I can go in and see what's going on. Go ahead and start pointing me in the direction to kill my velocity. Okay, come on, point the right direction. Okay, now I've already passed the landing site, so I'm going to have to burn a little bit longer. And I'm falling pretty fast, so I need to start countering my falling speed as well. I'm trying to keep an eye on my... Oh, wrong button. Okay, wow. I was trying to stop time warp, which was already stopped, instead of stopping my engines. I love stuff like that. Okay. So I'm actually raising back up now. So I've got a little bit of time to orient myself. Alright. Get north facing up. I go out to the menu and set this as my target. Okay, it looks like I do still need to go more towards them. I'll need to mess with rising up, though I can go straight to the horizon to do this. I'll watch the map. Okay, that's a little better. Okay, now it looks like I'll be overshooting it, so I can go ahead and disconnect those fuel tanks. So they fall past the landing site. And then I can start slowing down with my lander. And this doesn't slow me down as much as I'd like because they're smaller engines, but at least it's getting that out of the landing area, because I definitely don't want that coming down on my ships. Okay. That should be good. Now I'm going to try something. Like, I know when you set a target, it's going to set this little pink line up. I think that if I go towards it will help me line up. I've tried to use it before, and it didn't seem to make much sense. I need to keep burning, slow my descent. I need to stop my horizontal speed more than anything else right now. Alright. I'm going to turn my lights on Might as well do some last minute science. As long as that doesn't drain my battery completely. Okay, now I think I'm landing on a decently flat surface. It's always hard to tell. Might try and go a little bit more towards my landing craft, open to speed up some. Oh, wrong button. Oh well. Okay. Went ahead and killed the engines. Came in for the landing. I was going to try and adjust a little more and fly closer, but this is decent. And I now have a landing. Yeah, see, these are a little bit sturdier than normal landing legs. I mean, I was still only going about 10 meters per second, so normal landing legs would have been fine. But normal landing legs seem to catch and twist you around a little more when you're landing. So if you're going sideways, it doesn't slide very easily. It just tips your ship over. These tend to slide a little more, so they don't mess you up if they're coming into the side. Anyway, so now that I'm there, I am in this capsule here. Might as well do some more science. Transmit that one, discard that. These are small. Transmit. Turn SAS off to conserve energy. The sun's rising on the moon, so I should be good on power. Okay, so now it's time to find my strand. Oh wait, no, I can't just find my stranded Kerbals. I forgot about that. Their ships they can't get out of because they're turned on the door. Now remember. Yep, no EVA because the door's obstructing. These are out of power. So what I have to do, I'm glad I landed closer than I thought I needed to, because I'm going to have to EVA this guy out and go push him around. Okay. I believe they should be in these capsules over here. I guess, yeah, the pink ones are the actual ships, so those are the ones I have to rescue. Touchdown. Okay. Let's see how well I can push this thing. It's rolling a little bit. That's all I needed to do. I could probably even climb up into this one and see what I can do in there. I don't think there's really anything left to do. It's just got some battery packs. Okay, that door should be unobstructed. Awesome. We really do have to rescue these guys. Alright, that other ship is somewhere. There it is. Yeah, sorry, it's dark. I guess what I could do is go ahead and time accelerate some. I don't think it's going to hurt anything. And let the sun come up higher. That way you guys will be able to see. Whoa! Oh, man. Too fast. Come on, sunlight. And there we go. That should be good enough. Now it's brighter so you guys can see what's going on a little easier. What the heck is going on there? Why? I don't know. I guess it's kind of glitchy. It's like falling through the planet. I hope by doing that time warp it didn't mess up my ship that I came in on. Trilander. Okay, it's over there. Doesn't seem to be falling through the planet or anything. I'll go ahead and get back there just so I know it's not going to mess up. That door is unobstructed, and so's the other one. Oh, This is rolling back. Nope. No rolling for you. Come on. Push. Push, Obni. Thank you. Okay, so now I guess I'll let it settle, because it's going to try and roll downhill some more. Okay. Is that good? I don't want to take the other pilot out yet, because that's the way I lost Jebediah. I left him out on an EVA when I went to another ship, and he disappeared on me. So that was not good at all. Okay. Jump. Back to our ship. I don't know if those guys are going to have pack fuel either. They should. Okay, let's let you get back into the captain's seat, since you so far have ran the most successful rescue mission to date. Aw, and then you fall on your face. Come on, buddy. Alright. Yes. Are you falling already? I don't know what's going on here. Okay. The captain's seat is the one where the materials bay door opens to. I think it's that one. So lift him up some. Yep, should be this one over here. Oh, nope, nope. That's the wrong way. I thought this was the front door, but this is the side. Okay. Flying with jetpacks is interesting. It's easy to lose control sometimes. Grab on. Get you inside. And now we can switch to one of our guys we're rescuing. Who do we get first? Bill. Evie. Yes! Bill, long time no see. Alright, to the Trilander. Bye-bye, pod. It's probably pretty stinky in there. Let's turn your jetpack on and get you going. I can't believe that Kerbals get erased on EVAs if you go too far away from them. You would think, I mean, before you save some of these ship parts that are just laying there in debris, you would save a Kerbal. But it is how it is. Just gotta live with it. Jebediah made it home safely. Well, I don't know how safe, but he made it home. And normally I wouldn't fly right at the ship like this, but I was pretty confident I would be able to stop in time. Looks like it didn't happen though. Normally I don't like flying right at my ship because I'm normally precariously perched on lander legs, and if you knock into your ship, it'll knock the whole thing over, which is not good. All right, 2 Kerbins in the ship. That's the empty one. Empty, and here we are. Aw, it looks like it rolled back against the ship. Man, tell me I don't have to come all the way back. Wow, parts are just falling through the planet all over the place. That's not cool. The moon has an unstable surface, it looks like. I've chosen to take Obni back out for this second attempt at the turning the pod over because Bill's been through enough. He's been stranded out here for I don't know how long. Okay. Maybe I should just smack into this ship. Blink! Oh, the door's facing up. I gotta make sure it's gonna stop facing up, though. Oh, man. Bob just likes to fall on his face. Or roll on his face. Come on, Bob. Help us out here, buddy. Eh. Get in there. Really? Really? Do I have to go back from a distance and smack you again? Why is it not, like... It's not registering that he's landing at all or anything. There we go. Come on. Wedge in there, buddy. Wedge in. Okay, through the doorway. Push! Push! Alright, what I might do this time is just park Obni in this capsule. Board that. And get Bob out before his capsule rolls over. Okay. Awesome. So far this mission is going well. Oh geez, that's not cool. Don't lose your rescuer, Bob. Don't kill him. That would be bad. Really? Okay. I was hitting spacebar to try and lift off instead of shift. Okay. Bob, stop playing around. Yes. We know you love the moon. Oh, wrong button. There we go. Alright. It'll be interesting to have you see Kerbal land again soon, Bob. Okay, you go in this capsule over here. Slow you down. Bring you in softly. No, I said grab on. What the heck? Alright. Isn't it nice to be in a working ship again? Alright, now Bill and Bob will take off and leave Obni behind. Ha ha ha! Obni's a sucker. Just kidding. I hope. Alright. Yes. Okay. They'll give Obni a chance to come back. Even though really he could have come back at the same time, you would think in real life he'd be able to come back at the same time as the other one did, but it doesn't work that way. I guess for these rescue missions I should build a rover. Get multiple like pods or seats on a rover and drive that out to the ship to be rescued, then they can all come back to the main ship at once. I've worked a little bit on a rover design. So far, I'm not too impressed with them. At least not with the designs I've come up with. I built a weird spider design where like the legs move. It's interesting. Oh geez. Oh geez. No. It'd suck if he died right here. Okay, he's fine. He just wanted one last skid on the moon. That's what he wanted. Oh, I should. Well, they probably already have. Let's see. Oh, well, let me review them from here. I'll say they probably already have reports on them that they've gathered. Not sure. Oh, but I know he hasn't gotten a surface sample yet. Take surface sample. Moon's east crater. Oh, so I guess if I went to scientific value is 52. Very nice. I guess if you go to different parts of the moon, maybe you get different values on your science. That would be cool. Oh, man. Oh, he's a dunce. He rammed his head into the pod instead of grabbing onto the ladder. I'm gonna say it was his fault. Okay, there we go. I think. There we go. Okay, so he's on board. Let me check. Yeah, he has two. Okay, so these guys don't have reports on them. I will go ahead and take some more scientific value. Let's see, I'll go ahead and speed this up because I'll do some science from the crater, and then I'll get these guys out and do a few surface samples and transmit that as well. That could take some time. You don't need to necessarily watch that. I'll catch back up with you when that's done. Alright, and we're back. Alright, I've done pretty much all the science I can without getting, pretty much all the values are down to 0 now, so I've used them as much as I can. Now I'm tempted, I think I should have, let's see, yeah, I've got plenty of gas. I was actually thinking of going to a different part of the moon, because I want a lot of science before I go out to Duna. I know Duna will give me a lot of science, and I could just go out there, but I want to be able to build my Apollo-style landing apparatus first. Let's see. I wonder where a good place to visit that's close by would be. This said something about the East Crater. I'm guessing that's this big crater. Where else would be a different area? I mean, I know the poles probably will be separate, but I don't want to have to travel too far and risk losing these guys. I want to be able to go nice and slow somewhere. I guess I could try for up just above the rim and see where that says. Okay, so get everything lined up. Let's see, is that, no, this will be north. Wait, before I do that, I want to check. Okay, it's hard to tell the heights on this thing. Okay, so I'm going way over there. Okay. So get going in the vertical direction. Keep our ascent. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Forgot which way to face my ship to steer it back straight. That's not good. Okay. Alright, I'll probably speed this trip up as well. I'm just going to try and keep my ascent. I'm going up a lot. And I'm going to try and keep my ascent constant, so I'm not sinking or falling. Or sinking or rising. Okay, that should be decent. We're holding pretty steady. And I'll just let my ship glide. Oh wait, that's a long ways to glide. Okay. Okay, I'll have to raise up some. Slow me down. Look at the horizon. Get a bunch of horizontal velocity going. Basically, as long as I don't go through half of, or I guess I need fuel to get home too, so I shouldn't run out of fuel. Now I've got a pretty decent speed going horizontally. I should be able to look straight up and just control when I'm getting too low or too high. Let me check the map to see what it says okay. I'm going to have to get up over that rim too, so I'm applying some thrust here. And I'm just going to let that go straight up. Actually, maybe I'll go slightly in that direction. Yeah, this might be a better way to do it, is just watch from the map point of view. Okay, apply some more thrust. Obviously, I've got plenty of room to go. Okay, that's probably enough speed. I just want a little bit of height. And that should be good. So that'll lift us up. Our apoapse is the highest we go. We'll be up over this crater rim, and we'll start slowing around here and just try and land somewhere. Whew, this should be interesting. Now again, I could just fly home, but I want to see if I can get more science just by going this far distance away, instead of going all the way across the moon to find a different spot. I don't really want to try time acceleration here, so I'll just do video acceleration, because I definitely want to keep my eye on this and don't want time acceleration to get away from me, like it has so many times in the past. I hit the button, I try and lower my time warp, but I end up hitting the wrong button and increasing it 20-fold and crashing into something, or at least throwing something way off and getting in a precarious position and wasting gas. You should be seeing this sped up, but at least from my point of view, this is a nice slow move. I don't have to waste any gas during the trip. Nice and steady wins the race. I know they have little Easter eggs hidden around the planet, or at least they used to. I'm sure they still do. Little things hidden around on the surface that you can't really see till you get close. Like they had the monolith from 2001 Space Odyssey, and a couple little natural features and alien-looking things. It's pretty cool. Alright, we're doing pretty good. I guess I can try and do some science just over the surface. I do want to make sure I keep enough electrical charge, though, for the landing, because that could be bad. I guess I can just keep the data to avoid using up all my energy. Alright, it's probably time to start slowing down. We're actually descending pretty fast. Looks like this is a pretty flat area. It's kind of nice. Okay, I've successfully chased the retrograde indicator up to the top. That means I'm falling straight down at 20 meters per second, which is perfect. I don't know how far away I am from the surface, but like I said, these lander legs can protect me from a pretty decent fall. I just don't know what kind of slope I'm going to be running into. It'd be nice to be right out there. That looks pretty flat. Oh, I have got my shadow. Slow me down. Oh, shadow disappeared. There it is. Just trying to stop my horizontal speed. I mean, I could just drop right here and probably land successfully, but I want to make it a smooth approach. Nice and gentle. Dropping ever so softly. Ah, look at that. And touchdown. Woo. See, if I was in normal, if I had normal landing legs, that could have possibly tipped me over. Possibly. Yeah, because I'm on a bit of a slope. If I have, yep, I've got SAS on, so turn that off. Let's go ahead and try one scientific experiment just to see what it says. The fine dust of the moon. Oh, yeah. The moon's highlands. Oh, okay. So this is. I think I've done experiments here already. Well, darn. I think this was during one of my test flights when I was just testing this area, this lander and stuff out to make sure it would work right. I'm pretty sure this is where I had landed and done stuff. But at least it is a different area, so it doesn't take much to get from like a new scientific research area. I don't know how to describe it. So I don't think I did many core samples, and I know if I did, I didn't return them home. So I'll go ahead and do a little more science here, all I can, and then I'll be back with you. Alright, I think we're all on board. We've got plenty of gas left. I mean, I could go around to another site, but I think I'll go ahead and stop it here. Yeah, I'll probably wait for a rover to do that, like get a really good rover going that can move decently quickly and just drive it around the planet. Although from looking at the rover wheels, it looks like the fastest you can go in the rover is like 60 meters per second or something like that. I don't know if that's as fast as it will go or if that's the breaking point of the wheels. I've done some tests, but not enough. I did some rocket testing, but I'll cover that in my next video. Let's see. Alright, so I think we're ready to take off. I think we're actually pretty much near the equator now. So our orbit should be pretty straight. Let's see. Just want to make sure I've got everything right. Okay, yep, taking off. Gonna get up decently high before I can start going sideways now, but I wanted to make sure I was definitely going to clear the highest points on the moon before I started turning over. Alright, actually 11,000 might not be high enough. I mean, I think it is, but just for safety's sake, I'll keep climbing a little bit while going. Check my fuel. Good there. Look at the environment. It's a pretty cool crater right there. Awesome. Successful flight to the moon! Oh, going off course a little bit. Turn my SAS on. I guess I can go ahead and stop accelerating and get myself up to the apoapsis before I continue much more horizontal, just for orbital sake. There we go. That should be much better. Alright, and I probably won't even use a maneuver node to get home. I'll just eyeball it and fly by the seat of my pants. It's It's more fun that way anyway. Alright, so I'm about 23. Okay. That's good. You can normally tell when your orbit, from the point you're accelerating anyway, is most circular when the apoapsis and periapsis go perpendicular to you. I've mentioned tips around that kind of concept, but I never actually used this example for it. So, alright, I will accelerate until I get about here, and then I will accelerate to escape the moon. Go ahead and line up. Now it looks like I'm just lining up towards the... Wait, that's not the right direction I want to line up. Which way did I want to line up? I thought I was going to be clever and line up the right way, but that's not right. This is right. Basically, you can think of it like... Let me get straight. Okay. Right now I'm here. I want to accelerate out of my orbit when I'm right here. Basically where I cross the orbit of the moon. Because then all of my speed direction will be going towards slowing me down in the direction of the planet. So, if I line up, I'm lining up right now facing that way, my retrograde indicator. So by the time my ship circles around here, it will still be pointed up towards that way. So, time accelerate. See, it looks like the ship's moving here, but it's not really. It's just the moon itself is, in relation to the ship, is moving. So that's why that looks like that. Okay, it won't let me accelerate faster than 50 times while this close to the planet, which is good. It helps you from really wrecking your ship, like I've talked about before. Alright, that's probably good enough. Slow it down. Accelerate. And you'll see it'll widen out my orbit. And once I hit escape velocity, right around here, I would imagine, right there, I can stop my acceleration, and that'll bring me 2,600,000 meters from the planet. But I don't have to settle with that. Basically, once I get out of the moon's surface, I'll be more able to adjust things. Because yeah, I'm still technically orbiting the moon right here. Once I get out of its sphere of influence, I'll be at my apoapsis, or near enough to it. There we go. So now I can face my retrograde indicator to slow my orbit and bring me down to... Oh, I don't have to go too far. I'll go somewhere... Actually, I'll just go straight in for a landing and show you what that's kind of like. Although, well, no, that'll give me a lot of speed. I want to kill as much speed as I can. So, 100,000 would be decent. Check my fuel. Doing pretty good there. Actually, I'll go ahead and show... it'll be a little bit safer for me, too, if I go ahead and show you the orbital drag... what's it call it? The opposite of the slingshot. The O-berth effect kind of thing. The air braking. There we go. Air braking is the term I wanted. So I'll actually dip our periapsis into the atmosphere. 40,000. We'll actually try 35. Because I'm not too worried about actually coming in for a landing here. But that should keep us above the thickest part of the atmosphere. But it'll still slow us down to bring our apoapsis down. Still got plenty of fuel. Alright, let's speed her up here. And once we hit about 70, it'll slow us down. There we go. One-time warp. See, we're cutting in at 34,000 meters per second. We're right now touching the atmosphere, so this number should be dropping. Yep, it's going from 9,000 or 9,700,000. It's dropping. We'll go ahead and see what that does as we fly through the atmosphere. I'm speeding time up a little bit. Yeah, it's not slowing us too much, but we're still only at 47,000. As we get closer to this 35, yep, it's going to be slowing us down a lot more. This may automatically bring us in for a landing because it's a little close. 3 million, 2 million. We're not even past our periapsis yet, so yeah, we're going to be landing here. And if you notice, I'm not touching any throttle. Throttle's completely down. This is all done by the drag caused by flying through the atmosphere. Oh, we're getting up to 35. This may actually put us pretty decent. 35 may be the best coming back from the moon. There is. Let's see, I'm still only up at 41, so I'm still being influenced. And that's pretty good. See, before I would come in to around 45,000 just to play it safe and let it go around. I'd make 2 or 3 circles to bring down our apoapsis. It's good for when you're out of fuel because pretty much if you think you're going to run out of fuel, like if it was lower than this, I've got plenty here. But if you think you're going to run out of fuel, go ahead and bring your periapsis down into the atmosphere. That way, if you do run out of fuel during your next few maneuvers, at least you can be drugged out of your orbit into a landing, which that was actually really decent. So if you were just coming in to try and just orbit the Earth or Kerbin, that'd be a great way to do it because you can now I can come up here to my apoapsis and it'll take a lot less fuel to bring this back out of the atmosphere and achieve another orbit than it would to come down here and try and bring our apoapsis through thrust all the way down into a smaller orbit. So that's pretty good. We're out of the atmosphere. I may go ahead and just slow it back down though so I can land here. Well, no, I can just time warp. But what I'm going to do, I have to slow down and then speed up time. Basically, when I get to the apoapsis, I am going to widen my orbit back out. Which way is that? That's the wrong one, I think. Yep. Now, the reason I'm doing that is because I definitely want to choose my landing site. So, see, it doesn't take much gas to bring that back up out of the atmosphere. Okay, because I definitely want to land on the daytime side, and I want to land. I'm going to try and land near the Space Center. So, speed time up. See, it takes a long time to decrease your apoapsis when you're this close to a body. There we go. That should be good. And I should still have definitely enough. Yeah, I've got plenty of fuel. But that's why if you're going to do this kind of maneuver where you want to go back into an orbit, but you still eventually want to get home, you definitely want to watch your gas. And if it's running too low, just go ahead and try and figure out the best way to get an atmospheric interception. All right, so The space center is on the dark side right now. What I can do is put my focus on the planet, I think. What's going on? Okay, there's that. That's fine. Can I not just... There we go. Okay, my focus is on Kerbin on the light side, which is here. This is daytime. Yep. Okay. Now time accelerate until I can see that the space center. Oh, I'm too close to be time warping fast. Okay, never mind. Actually, no, that works because I can speed up the video footage. That's right. I don't have to make you sit here as long as I do. Okay, so if you really want to do this where you pick your landing site, you should definitely be above 120,000 meters. That way you can time accelerate quicker. Let's see. It's hard to remember which ship is mine. Okay, it's this one. Yeah, because the Space Center is around here somewhere. Oh, yeah, it's exactly on like the dark side of the planet. What I could do... Well, there's a lot of stuff I could do. Let me find which ship I am again. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and land out here just to save time. I'm definitely going to be hitting land. I can pretty much use all my fuel here if I want to. Yeah, because everywhere along my orbit is covering ground up to this point, so that's the biggest thing I want to do is just touch down on land. One of my other videos, I'll go ahead and keep a higher orbit so I can pick the exact landing site and try and hit up the Space Center. That should be good. Yeah, and we still have fuel. Okay, so this fuel will be used to slow us down before our parachute opens so I don't run into the same issue I had on that previous attempt at this. Alright, now I can speed time up. Okay, we're into the atmosphere a little bit. Oh, hang on. Let me get us situated so at least we're facing the right direction. There we go. Now see where our speed is at about 2,000 meters per second and increasing. But since we're coming in at an angle this time instead of straight down, we'll give the atmosphere more time to slow us. Which should be starting around 26,000 will be the major slow. We're already slowing down. But yeah, here's where we hit the major friction in the atmosphere. And our speed's dropping rapidly. 1,600 meters per second. Down to 15. We're still 16,000 meters above the planet, so this slowing down is helpful. Still slowing. Now, see, this is also a pretty good way to land on a planet with an atmosphere. Just let the come in shallow so it can drag you enough, but let it drag your speed down. And then when you have to, you can, like, I could probably go ahead and land under my own power here, but I'm definitely going to use the parachutes just to be safe. I'm going to deploy those now. Actually, I'm probably going to go ahead and get our speed slowed down to about 100 meters per second, just to avoid what happened that last time. Because I'm not sure exactly when it's going to open. Sometimes it happens right at 500 meters, sometimes it happens earlier. It's hard to tell. So I'm going to keep us slowed. Or I guess that's above sea level too, so it's hard to tell. Actually, it looks like I'm getting pretty close, so I'll go ahead and keep the gas on. So when the parachute's open, it should save us. It should be any second. There they go. And there we go. And now the parachutes are keeping us going at 13 meters per second. So they're definitely enough to hold this ship up. I would time accelerate, but again, I don't want to, make any mistakes there. Oh, I could do some science maybe. Does that get me anything? Transmit, 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 transmit. Cool. Actually, one more time. Just keep it all. And there we go. And as you saw, these protected us pretty well in that landing. I was going to try and do one last burst of thrust before we landed, but it wasn't necessary, and I think I ran out of fuel, and I tried it anyway. So here we are. We made it home. Now at this point, I believe one of my tests, I did this, and it registered the whole thing as one vehicle, so it said one vehicle returned from a safe flight kind of a thing. So that's why I kept the decouplers on here. So at this point, I could pop them, and now it counts as 4 ships. So I've got the main ship. That's really just equipment. There's no real ship to it because it doesn't have a command pod, and then 3 command pods. So I can recover. Awesome, awesome, awesome. It's my first successful scientific recovery mission, pretty much. Let's see. Okay, so 2 experiments recovered. Okay, decent. Let's see. We go to the tracking station, and we can find those other pieces and recover them as well. So find ships, Trilander ship, recover. Are you sure you want to recover this vessel? Yes. Science summary for Trilander 4 ship. 2 experiments recovered. Recovery of vessel returned from the surface of the moon. Didn't give me any data? Well, I don't think I've returned that many ships from it. You'd think that would give me some. Trilander ship, recover. Okay, so I really didn't get anything out of this stuff. Well, at least for that splitting up the landing. I should also, let's see. Okay, it's not a ship. It should be considered debris, I think. At the bottom of our list. No. Should have been one that's landed at Kerbin. Whoa, oh, I double-clicked something. That's not what I wanted to do. Or maybe it went ahead and recovered those with my first one? I don't think so. Oh, wow. Is this just a decoupler? Yep. Just a floating decoupler. Nice. Okay. Taking back to the tracking station. Okay, so what does it count as? Because I don't think it's been recovered yet then. Tracking station. Let's see. Okay, so I landed here. Okay, so it's this one right here. Does it show that highlighted in the menu anywhere? Yeah, why is it way up there? I mean, you would think it would be the last thing landed, but anyway, okay, so landed at Kerbin, right there. Recover, recover. This should at least give us some science. Yep, 6 experiments recovered, 15 for material study. Yep, okay. So, it looks like we have 548 science. We'll go ahead and research real quick, and then we will end the episode. And I'm hoping I should probably look at where docking ports are in the science tree, but I like discovering it as I go along. So I'm just going to try and figure out where I think they would be. Okay. The furthest thing we've upgraded, we don't even have enough science to unlock, is the sensor array, nose cone, and a scientific experiment, and rover stuff, it looks like. Now I did want to, I mean, if I can't figure out where I think they'll be showing up at, I'm going to go ahead and unlock ion engines, because those I want to play with too, which is that one. I don't think clamp. Oh, docking port. Oh, sweet. I've already gotten it set up to unlock. Awesome. I just missed it because I guess I just saw hitchhiker storage capture adapters. Yeah, I just saw a bunch of adapters and stuff and didn't think anything of it. Sweet. Yeah, we have docking port. Awesome. We are definitely getting docking ports. That unlocks the possibility of even more docking ports. Stack separators. Modular girder. Okay. Now, ion engines are 300 science, and I still have 300 science. Okay, so I can get both. Sweet. So now I have ion engines, which I want to play with, and docking ports. So I will definitely try and put together an Apollo-style mission to Duna. Should be exciting. I could go ahead and try it on the next episode. Yeah, I guess well, it could take some time. Yeah, I'll go ahead and show my tests for it. I don't want to do too much off-camera kind of work. So the next video will be testing our orbital docking separating craft for our Duna landing. So the next episode won't actually have a Duna landing in it. It'll just be testing the craft and building it. All right. I think that's about it. I guess I still have 88 science. I think, yeah, these all take 160 at least, so there's nothing I can unlock. So I will see you next time.